I should want to check it. I'm going to check it out because Donald Trump is a very interesting guy. Really interesting. Great businessman. I mean, his net worth was revealed to be $8.7 billion when he revealed it a couple weeks ago, okay? Now, however, he wanted to run for presidency in 2016 because according to him, politicians, they're scum. Professional liars who don't want to get things done. They just want to keep their jobs. To some extent, I kind of agree. Let me tell you about a politician, okay? All of them. Doesn't matter what party, all of them, okay? A politician usually starts out wanting to be for the people. Vote for me, vote for me. You vote them in, number one, once they get in, the things they could change and realize there's a lot of corporate interests that stand in the way of it because usually the people at the bottom who vote you in and corporate interests, usually they don't agree on the same topics, okay? Now, you're in the middle and you're really the president, right? Now, you could influence a bunch of people. Now, when you have lobbyists who are going for the corporate interests, they're throwing money to all these things that you want to get done because you got a million agendas, you made a million promises, right? What ends up usually happening is that you're kind of having to be in the middle. You can't be all the way on the side of the people. You can't be all the way on the side of the corporations. You're in the middle. Most times these politicians are just looking around trying to keep their jobs. We all know that. I know that. You should too. Now, here's the thing, because his solution is that, hey, I don't give a fuck about a lobbyist. I'm me. Okay, I'm rich as fuck already. Okay, get me in there. I'm a businessman. I've had successful businesses and corporations. I'm worth $8.7 billion. If anybody could solve this, it's not a politician who just wants to keep their job. It's me, somebody who wants to get America back to prominence. Okay? Now, the funny thing about him saying all that, because listen, we're so used to politician talk that when somebody actually talks straight, we're actually shocked. So that's why he gained the attention of people even listening to him in the first place. But then he put his foot right in his fucking mouth because he said this, all right? And we've always known that Donald Trump has had borderline discriminatory rhetoric, especially about people of color, right? I mean, he has classified people incorrectly, especially African Americans, even the president of the United States, Barack Obama, with the whole birth certificate thing, right? He even pissed off immigrants recently, Mexicans especially. He's literally a dead man walking as far as being a candidate for presidency goes. If you don't know what he said about Mexicans or really immigrants, he's like, listen, they're not sending good people over here. They're sending rapists, killers, they're sending pedophiles, they're sending every fucking demonic person and like a little bit of good people. Now, I've always told you, listen, like with any particular group of people, usually anybody who's fucking up is the small minority, all right? Now, when Donald Trump talks, he's like, pretty much the Mexicans are sending us mostly scum, and they're sending us a little bit of good people, right? So if you're a Mexican, you're thinking, what? Really? You're pretty much saying we're all scum? Of course, people are going to get offended, right? Now, the thing is, his company, and as I'm talking about Donald Trump's companies that he has corporate interests aligned with, they're now taking a hit because he's talking reckless, okay? Now, he is a owner of the Miss Universe or Miss USA pageant. It usually airs on NBC, Univision. Univision, of course, is a Spanish-speaking television network. They said, whoa, you talking crazy about Mexicans and immigrants? Most of them which are Hispanic? Whoa, we can't fuck with you. We're not airing your show. Good luck, okay? Now, NBC, who airs the pageant and also The Apprentice, they're like, you are too toxic right now, my brother. You should have kept your mouth fucking closed. Okay, we've always heard these things from you, but it was always kind of not on video. Now you're on video in front of the whole world talking crazy. We can't fuck with you. So both of them, they're pulled out. Donald Trump, he's trying to sue Univision because he's saying there's contracts this and third. I don't know if that's going to hold up in court. That's big billionaire business, okay? But the thing is, man, and this is what I'm saying, is that he talked himself into being a candidate that people would even pay attention and then talked himself out, right? The responsibility of the person who holds the highest office in the land is to represent all the people in the country, not to isolate and alienate certain people like how he did, right? But I will tell you this, man, I like straight talk. I'm a guy of straight talk nowadays. I'm not with the politician mumbo jumbo no more. If it's not straight talk, I don't want to listen to it. And I could hear and project and predict we're going to get a bunch of double talking and kind of like a lot of dipping and bobbing and weaving coming up. And I'm not into that type of fuckery. Okay, I want straight talk. Okay, after Barack Obama, who I love, but I don't want to hear no more fucking slogan presidents things will change. I have a dream. Okay? Now, as far as Donald Trump, whatever happens to his businesses, he's going to get it. He deserves it. I mean, listen, when you call Mexicans a bunch of thieves and rapists, which is not only highly discriminatory, I mean, if you think about, like, all Mexican immigrants I know, they're great people who work especially hard. There is no, I mean, it would be hard pressed to find a group of immigrant workers from a particular country that works harder than Mexicans. And I give him the credit for that. So when I heard that statement, it was so inflammatory and so like, I'm like, what the fuck is he talking about? I'm like, this guy has no, he's so devoid of reality. I can't even take this guy serious. So I completely understand why people who are Hispanic are mad at this guy. This guy's talking reckless. And he's not talking about anything he seems to have a good knowledge about, at least when it comes to categorizing people of a particular background. Okay? So get in the comment box, what do you guys think about this? Basically, he's suing and Univision. He also got a bunch of contracts cut. Yes, he's not going to become president. He still claims he's running. But we're just waiting for him to just drop out the race respectfully. Get in the comment box. Make sure you guys like. Definitely subscribe. It's your boy, DJ Akademiks. What are your thoughts for the upcoming election, 2016? Do you just want to hear another slogan president? Do you want to hear, like, straight talk? My thing is just talk to me, man. Like, if you're going to... I'd rather somebody say, yo, listen, I got a plan to change this, okay? This is a plan. We're going to be fucked up for the next 2, though. We're going to be fucked up, okay? But after then, this is the hurdles we have to face. Rather than we hear a lot of slogans and then we got to just cop a lot of pleas for him saying, hey, well, basically he didn't have all the support. We know the political system. It's not one guy, but how are you going to get around it? You got to tell us how you're going to get around it. You're never going to get in and just rule the whole thing. So get in the comment box. Make sure you guys like. Definitely subscribe. It's your boy, Akademiks. I'm out.